Welcome back, Trinidad and Tobago. Well, it's time to talk a little bit about the Your Money, Know Your Money seminars, financial literacy, and all those gimmicks. $9.99. What's happening to my 1 cent change? Officials from the central bank are here. Sharon Villafana and Amarta Gosine, and they're here to talk a little bit about all of the major developments. Good morning, ladies. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning.
It's our pleasure.
Thanks for having us, Hema.
Now, let me start with you, Amarta. In terms of the financial literacy program.
Sure. So we are actually strongly pushing our new, well, not new, but revamped financial literacy program to our National Financial Literacy NFLP. And what we're doing is we're targeting the younger generation through the schools. To quote our governor, they are the soul of the nation. So we are trying to push education on saving and budgeting. And we're hoping to target that market because a well-educated population is for a better future.
How are you going to get the message out? Because I know that the program has been running for a little while now. What is going to be different about this?
So we are trying to aggressively, marketing-wise, to link the program with everything else that we do. So, for example, we have our Know Your Money seminars coming up starting February 14th, Valentine's Day, to the 16th throughout Trinidad and Tobago. And we are going to also link and advertise the program through that, as well as all public notices. Any advertisements that we send out, we're going to link it as well. So if you recently saw our coin campaign public notice, at the bottom had the logo as well as our new tagline, which the Mighty Sparrow, Dr. Slinger Francisco, has graciously agreed to join with us, is from his song, Education is Essential, is to earn tomorrow, we've got to learn today. So that's how we are going to strongly market it.
Now, as we look at also the Know Your Money seminar, how is this different to the financial literacy?
Well, financial literacy is an arm by itself of the central bank. So we're aiming to target population on the whole in regards to educating on how to manage your money, how to invest for the future, how to make sure and be financially prepared as well as educated, the different options, avenues in
And where
life.
are these conferences going to take place? Is it all going to be in the central region and Port of Spain? Because, you know, we've always been accused of being very Port of Spain centric.
Well, no, on the 14th, we're going to actually have it at the Central Bank building at 9 a.m. On the 15th, we're going to be in Tobago at the Victor E. Bruce Financial Building at 9. And on the 16th, we'll be in San Fernando at the Paria Suites at 9:30.
And I know that we also want to talk a little bit about our 1 cent. We're saying goodbye to the 1 cent piece. Why are you taking away my 1 cent piece, Sharon? And what does it mean for my $9.99 sale?
Okay, basically, this initiative is part of a more holistic view that the central bank has been taking about our currency management. We've been looking at our coins for some years now, and we realize that we understand that it's very expensive to mint our coins. However, we wanted to make sure that we had a very viable solution to bring to the public. So into two main initiatives that we are taking in this regard, and that is one, to change the composition of our coins. As you would have seen in our educational statement, the minting of 1 cent costs approximately 21 cents. However, the other coins, because of their metal composition, primarily nickel and copper, are very expensive to mint also. So what the central bank has done is to find a more cost-effective way of producing a quality product for our country.
So what's going to happen to all my 1 cent pieces?
So your 1 cent pieces are carded for elimination. What that means is that because of the high cost of the 1 cent coin, the 21 cents to mint, and the fact that this coin has been basically not very well utilized by our public, in that the central bank has noticed that there's a one-directional flow for the coin. So we keep minting roughly 45 to 50 million coins, sending it out into the public domain every year. And what we found is that the coins are not coming back. So basically, these coins are sitting at in your homes, in containers, jars, etc. So the central bank has taken the decision that we should withdraw this coin in order to save the country some money, because really the utility of the coin is not that functional. So what's going to happen is that yes, we are withdrawing the coin, but to smooth that out, what the central bank intends to do is introduce some guidelines to assist both merchants and the public.
Because that would have been my question. What's going to happen to the 9.99 sales?
Right.
And are you taking away my choice to do that as a marketing gimmick?
So I just wanted to present a holistic picture before I venture into explaining what the intent of the bank is. Now, we've looked at the international environment, and we've seen these guidelines working very well in other economies. What these guidelines are purporting to do is to balance out the impact of the withdrawal of the 1 cent. Now, as these cents become less and less available in the market, because the central bank has indicated that it's going to stop issuing these coins, what's going to happen is that the public needs to find an alternative way of making their payments in cash. Now, it's important to remember that the only payments that are going to be impacted by the withdrawal of the 1 cent are cash payments. The decimal value of the 1 cent is still going to be maintained in the currency operations, so that if you're paying with non-cash payment methods like credit cards, debit cards, etc., you will still be paying the full value, including the cent breakdown pieces of your payment. So the decimal value will be supported in non-cash payments. If you're tendering cash payments for any total bill, now it's important to remember the intent of the rounding is to apply only to the total value of the bill that you have to pay, not to individual items. So there's absolutely no need for merchants to be worried about changing the prices of their items on their shelves to get rid of the cent. What the rounding will do is in the total price, inclusive of all charges, etc., that the customer has to pay in cash, the rounding rule will say if you have a price ending in 1 cent, 2 cents, round it down. If you have a price ending in 3 or 4 cents, round it up to 5 cents. 6 and 7, round it down to 5 cents.
But it's a marketing gimmick a lot of people use, though. Are you taking away my choice to do that?
In terms of?
9.19. If I choose to say, you're taking away my right to, as a merchant, to have that as an option?
Well, what we intend to do is in the introductory phases, this is going to be a guideline. Now, the cent is going to become less and less available. So it's not that we're taking away your option. The merchant will still retain the right to opt in to rounding during the guideline phase. And of course, the consumer who has the 1 cent piece in his pocket will still have the right or the ability to pay with his 1 cent, provided both parties are mutually agreeable.
So, and to all the people, the 1 cent out there is just to bring it into one of the banks and get rid of it?
Right. Now, to assist with that as well, the central bank is also will be launching a redemption drive. Now, we're still working on some of the details so that we'll be updating you with our educational pieces in this paper from time to time. So what we're going to have is a cross-country effort to bring in those coins. Because as I've said before, we've noticed it's a unidirectional push to send coins out in the system and then they disappear. So what we're seeking to do is to encourage the public to start actually bringing back and circulating their coins, so that actually is going to bring savings in the longer run, and not just to bring back in the 1 cent, but we're looking later on, at a more holistic view of the total coin currency.
10 seconds, your closing comments. What do you want to say?
We wanted to actually very quickly see if you can distinguish the difference between there's old and new coins mixed up here. And very quickly, if you can, you tell the difference?
This is an old coin. This is an older coin.
What about the silver ones?
Maybe I'm colorblind, but I can get these two.
Okay, let's try. Magnets. Remember, our new coins are going to be magnetized. So let's see. Let's test it out. So you got one. Second one, it's an old. So if you pass it along, you will see actually the new ones attached. See?
A quick note there. We take a short break. When we come back, we'll have more for you. Stay with us. This is The Morning Brew.